All right, so we're back in Rebar now. We've
Yes.
finished our tour. We've gone through the residential units. We've gone through the amenity level. We've checked everything out. So we're back down here and just wanted to talk to you a little bit about how things are going. We're looking at the market right now.
Right.
I think people are looking at the paper and looking at the news every day, seeing how things are going. A lot of people are wondering, why should I even be looking for a house right now?
Why should I be looking now? Everyone's afraid. Well, you know, and it is a tough time. I mean, we would be too Pollyanna-ish if we didn't acknowledge that. And certainly we've seen that the pace has slowed down.
Right.
But what we're really seeing here in terms of what's being offered in this community and in other communities that Koenig and Strey represents is a brand is very important right now because today's buyer is more risk averse than ever.
Okay.
And so when you can offer them something that they're familiar with, a brand that they're familiar with, many of our buyers stayed at Trump in New York or internationally in different hotels, and they had an opportunity to experience the brand firsthand, and that's why they had the confidence to buy off of a blueprint. But now what we have, which is really terrific, is the opportunity to show them the actual product.
Okay.
And what we're finding is most of the time, and in fact really all the time, it's exceeding their expectations. The views are even better than they expected. The amenities are more grand in scale. So we know that we're perfectly positioned as the market continues to will improve and continue to improve. But we've had our sales here. We haven't had the volume that we've had in the past, but we've had our sales here. And also, interestingly enough, we've also been selling more of the larger units now.
Okay.
So we found that those larger homes, many people want to see them before they'll make the buying purchase
Gotcha.
decision. And that's, you know, that's what we've been excited to see recently.
Where else are people, when you talk to somebody who's walking in wanting to take a look at a place, where else are they looking right now?
Well, you know, people now, I think, are shopping everywhere.
Okay.
I think, you know, everybody feels the need to cover the entire market. So they're going to go to Mandarin, they're going to go to Spire, they're going to go to Waterview. They're going to take a look at other projects as well. Those are really the key ones in the locations that might be considered close to what we have here.
And just to point out, those are 3 buildings that I think that there's been some question about.
The viability.
Right.
Right. And that's, you know, again, that's really what's playing so well here for this project is that it's here, it's certain, it's done. There's no question about whether or not it will be delivered or to what standard it will be delivered. People can come and see firsthand. And in this market where people are concerned and they're anxious, seeing is believing. And so they need to see it to buy it. But certainly I think what we're going to see, and there have been articles written about this as well, is there are a good number of people with jobs and with you know, deep pockets that have been sitting on the sidelines for a long time. And when they return to the market, there's a good chance that there's going to be some pent-up demand because they've been sitting on the sidelines for so long. So the ones who can really show them what they're looking for and really you know, have an opportunity to really show the amenities firsthand is going to be a huge advantage. So those other projects, though, are terrific, and there's room for more than one great project in this city. So we certainly hope to see that they get done and get built, but that is a huge difference, is that we're here.
Right. Okay. Then just very quickly, I'd kind of just like you to recap, kind of give us a timeline on where things are right now and when we'll be seeing things wrapping up and the entire project kind of finishing up.
Great. I'll let Leah take that question.
Well, at this point in time, we're already approaching completing the windows and the 233-foot spire on top of the building. All of that should be completed by the end of October. And we will continue working inside the building with completion probably June, summer, we'll say, of next year.
Okay.
And at that point in time, our retail as well as all of our residential component should be completed. We'll have our park-like setting open to the public, and hopefully our retail as well will be started.
Okay. You said closing started around the end of September? Would that be correct?
Correct, for the tower.
For the tower?
Right. Our first closings were the hotel condo.
Right.
And I think it's worth mentioning that, you know, so many people had us under the magnifying glass because they really thought it's not going to happen. These guys aren't going to close on these units. They're difficult to finance. The credit crunch is drying up money, and, you know, these people aren't going to close. And we literally had every single buyer, with the exception of 2, close on these units.
Okay.
And so I think the real message there is that they certainly came to the table or came to their walkthrough a bit anxious because they're reading the same papers that we all are. But once they had a chance to see the community, see the project, and see what they bought, it put their fears to rest, and they wanted to close because the quality speaks for itself.
Okay.
And so we were able to really demonstrate that we can get these things closed, we can get these things financed, and now we are getting to the what should be the easier portion of the building because financing is easier on traditional condos, and we're just starting those closings now.
Okay. You did bring up one thing that's another thing that's been reported on a little bit here in the last few weeks was the retail. And wanted to know if you could kind of explain where you're at in retail. There had been a report saying that perhaps the Trump company was thinking about selling off parts of its
The
retail.
sure.
And just wanted to find out what the latest is on that and what folks can expect there once that opens up.
Sure. The retail portion of the building, which is really going to be exciting once it's delivered. Right now, as you can see, it's under construction.
Right.
There has been a huge amount of interest in it, and so it was not on the market before to be sold. After some interested parties came to the table, the Trump organization decided that they may as well take a look at these offers and see, what the opportunities were there. That's not to say that they won't hold on to the space and continue to lease it out. So there have been many interested parties looking at this space because we are steps off Michigan Avenue. We are right on the river, so it's a very unique location. And there's a lot of opportunity there. But the nature of the business, especially in the retail aspect, is such that you can't disclose those parties until the deals are 100% done.
Sure.
So I think we're going to see more definitive information on who those retail tenants are going to be in the near-come future. And I think people are going to be pretty excited.
All right. And then I guess lastly, just if somebody was looking here, kind of what is the selection looking right now, and just in terms of the range of sizes of homes and prices that's still available here?
Well, we've been really lucky here because what people may or may not remember is that we actually added to our inventory to meet the market demand. There was an office component to this building initially. So what we have now is a huge variety of product ranging from 580 square feet on up to penthouse size space. And we have all views of the building available. So our inventory right now is actually incredible. And it's not typical that you have that in a project when you're closing out. Usually you have the less desirable views or the less desirable spaces. But because of how our project was phased, we actually have incredible inventory right now.
Okay. And then just I think the price range we've had, I can't even remember right now.
We're starting anywhere from $580,000 to up over $9 million.
Okay.
Right, and it's worth noting that because a lot of people think we're well over $1,000 a foot. I think maybe our message has gotten mixed up with Aspire sometimes, but we have product that's at $700 a square foot.
Okay.
People are often very surprised here to come and see the price points firsthand.
Okay.
And that's important for people to know that we do have great product, we have great prices, and now, unlike ever before, they can come and actually see it firsthand.
Okay. And there hasn't really been an adjustment in prices then in recently?
No.
Okay.
No. Rather than, Mr. Trump decided a few months back that rather than increase the prices, which is typically done at this stage of the development, that he was going to hold prices to keep offering opportunities out there for people who wanted to be in this building. So there's no intention as of today, but of course that could change tomorrow. But our prices right now are pretty fantastic. So for people who come in and want to see firsthand, we have a terrific range of product and terrific range of prices available.
All right. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.